So I've been using this guy for 48 hours, a total monster. It has great sounding speakers. Check them out. Also used the S Pen on it, watched some movies, played some games, did some productivity. Let's quickly unbox it and see what's up after 48 hours. And of course, links to buy it at the best possible pricing is going to be down below. Hey guys, Sak here from SAKITECH, and in today's video what we're going to do is we are going to be unboxing and reviewing the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra, Samsung's largest premium tablet ever. So let's dive in and get started right away. Alright, so basically you lift up the box and inside you have the massive tablet. Let's see what else you get in the box. Okay, so I'm going to put this right over here to the side. And you can see that we have the S Pen, which is a great tool. The fact that it is included with the package is great. But we do not have a charging brick. However, in this box right here, we do have a USB Type-C cable. And that's going to be this guy right here. Now, this tablet has a micro SD expansion slot. So you get a little ejection tool here. I'm going to show it to you how this is used in a second. But that's all you get in the box. Let's divert our attention to this massive tablet and see what's going on here. All right, so here we have it. It is in fact a massive tablet. This is the graphite color. And just to give you an idea of how big this tablet is, that's the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Plus. That's the Ultra. This was supposed to be a monster last year, but now we have this. So it is in fact a truly huge tablet with 14.6 inches of display. Let's do a quick tour. Now, I never use the cameras on a tablet, but you do have two cameras here. We have a 12 megapixel main and a 6 megapixel ultra wide. And of course you have a flash. So if you're one of those rare people that use a camera on your tablet, you have two of them in the back and two in the front. Now when we lift this thing up, on the top we have a power button. We've got the volume rocker, we have a microphone, and over here, you can poke this hole with the ejection tool I showed you guys earlier, and that's going to allow you to pull this little tray out and insert a micro SD card if you need additional storage. And then on this side, we have one speaker, USB Type-C port, the second speaker. At the bottom, we have the notches for adding accessories like the keyboard cover, okay? And on this side, we have the third speaker, the fourth speaker, and another microphone. Now, because this thing has 4 speakers, it is gonna sound phenomenal. And these appear to be huge speakers with fantastic sound quality. Anyway, let's turn this thing on and see what's happening and all its features. All right, so there we have it. Turned on for the very first time. Massive tablet. Now there is of course a fingerprint sensor that's built under the display here. It's going to be on this side. When you tap it, it's going to show up. You click it, logs you right in, no problem. Fast and secure. Now, I'm going to talk about the display real quick. Let's just go to the settings, go to display, and this thing here is a 14.6 inch display. It is a 120 hertz high refresh rate display. It's going to be super smooth and it's going to be gorgeous because it's an AMOLED display. So that means super bright and also deep blacks, giving you amazing contrast. Now I do want to let you know you can either have this tablet at 120 hertz or you can actually go to standard and get 60 hertz. You actually have the option to switch back and forth, okay? And if I do go back here, we have a few options to change the screen mode from vivid to natural. Okay, I do prefer vivid option. Now we do have a notch on the top on the Ultra only. The notch happens to have two 12 megapixel cameras. One of them is ultra wide. So they're going to be great for video conferencing. However, personally, I'm not happy about the notch. I think it has an intrusive look on the overall shape of the tablet, which potentially could have been very beautiful, like the Tab S8 Ultra or the Tab S8. Slim bezels, all nice and even, but with this guy we have this uneven notch on the top that does house 2 cameras. If it doesn't bother you, then you're fine. If it bothers you, don't buy it because you're going to be looking at that thing the whole time. But anyway, the display in fact is going to be gorgeous. Like we said, it's going to have deep black. So when you're watching movies, it's going to be amazing. Additionally, it also has 4 amazing high fidelity speakers. And of course, it also has the Dolby sound. So listening to music, watching movies is going to be a pleasure. There's no question about that. Now, can you game on this thing? Of course. First and foremost, we have powerful performance, the latest processor. So the games run lag-free, stutter-free. And then because we have that large display and those amazing speakers, everything just fits together perfectly for gaming. And that performance is ever present in all different categories of uses. Now, another thing you should be aware of in relation to this tablet is the storage option. So this is the only tablet that's going to be available with 512 gigabytes of storage. Now this one here is the 128 gigabyte model, and the 128 gigabyte model actually only has 8 gigabytes of RAM. If you get the 256 gigabyte model, you get 12 gigabytes of RAM. But if you get the 512 gigabyte model, you're going to have 16 gigabytes of RAM. At the price point of $1,200 starting price, I prefer they just had 16 gigabytes of RAM all across the storage options. So a little bit disappointed there, but at least if you buy the lower storage model, you have the micro SD expansion option on the top. That's going to allow you to add another terabyte of extra storage if necessary. And then we do have a battery that is in fact massive. This thing has an 11,200 milliamp hours battery that's going to last you all day, no problem, medium to heavy use. Now let's quickly move on and talk about the multitasking capabilities of this product, and then I'm going to be talking about the S Pen. But when it comes to multitasking, it's just like every other Samsung tablet. However, because the screen is so large, everything is just going to be amplified. Now let me show you something cool. If I pull this guy in, I have an app drawer here that I can customize. I can add the applications I want, and I can easily access them right from here, as you just saw. So any app I want to use, I can just map it over here by tapping this button and tapping on edit. I can just customize that menu. But on top of that, there's another option that makes this tablet very useful for multitasking. So again, if I go to my settings and if I go into my advanced features over here, and if I go to labs, I'm able to activate this option known as pin your favorite applications. So now when I pull this guy in, I can tap this button and I can pin. So now I have a little taskbar pinned on the top that I can use to access any application I have right here. So I can click it. You can see that the tab stays there, so I can just click it to move between applications. And on top of that, I can activate multitasking from this environment. So I have an application, I can grab the calculator, I can put it right here. Now I have a split screen multitasking. Large screen amplifies the multitasking capabilities. So let me grab one more application. I can have a note-taking application right here. So now I can take notes with the S Pen right over here. I can do some calculations here and modify settings here. And you can do with this any application. So there's an unlimited amount of multitasking combinations. But that wasn't enough for Samsung. They even have another capability on top of this. So I can grab an application and I can bring it to the center. And now I have a floating window, okay? And because we have the latest processor on the market in this thing, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, everything is super smooth. So I can tap on this guy, I can minimize it or maximize it. Let's just go back to the multitasking. It gets saved in your recents view. So I'm going to be right here. And again, if I bring this in the middle, I can tap this button, I can minimize it, have it on the side for easy access anywhere on the screen. I can move these around. So I can change the landscape in which I'm working. If I need more space to write, I can make the settings smaller and use the S Pen to write here. Okay? And I can do this as well and have even more space. And like I said, the biggest thing with this tablet is everything is amplified because of a larger screen. So that's one of the multitasking capabilities. And there is more I'm going to show you in a minute. But let's quickly talk about the S Pen. So we have the S Pen. There's a button here. You can press on it. When you press it, it brings up the Air Command menu. Air Command menu gives you a bunch of productivity tools like Smart Select. So I can select anything on the screen and turn it into a screenshot and also take notes on it. And then I can send that to somebody for whatever reason. So that can work. That option works anywhere, any application on the internet, whatever. You can just, and also we can access our note-taking application from here. So I tap on create a note. I get my little notepad here. I can write. I have access to all the pencils, as you can see. So for example, pencil, different color, larger size, got that as well. I got cool things like this. Tap on this. Now I can draw a triangle and the tablet will fix it for me. Look at that. Perfect circle. So I can create flowcharts, graphs, whatever you want. Okay. Now this is the Samsung Notes application. If I were to exit out, I can always launch it right from here. So if I launch this, that's my Notes application. I can create new notes, sign PDF files, all that good stuff. In fact, there's a button here that I can tap to bring in PDF files that I've downloaded and just sign them on the go. It's a PDF button right here. It says import PDF. So note taking, just browsing the tablet with the S Pen, the Air Command menu, and finally what we have is, if you go to the settings, go to advanced features, go to S Pen, we have the S Pen settings and Air Actions. So Air Actions allow you to control your tablet with the pen remotely. So I can press buttons on the pen and take actions on the tablet. Okay, so that's the S Pen. The other thing I want to talk about is the capability to turn this thing into a computer-like interface, especially again because we have a large display. I can go to my settings, go to advanced features right here. Let's say I want to get some real work done. I want a Windows-like environment. I go to Samsung DeX, I tap on, and that's going to activate the Samsung DeX interface. Let me show you how amazing that is. I do want to let you know you can now connect a keyboard and a mouse wirelessly, and basically you're going to have a Windows-like interface. But if you want to use touch inputs, that's fine. But when I launch applications in this interface, it's just going to be like a Windows computer. As you can see, I can move these around. I can resize them. All right. Look at this. This is crazy that is happening on a tablet. My tablet is a computer. Then I have buttons at the bottom here. I can access my quick toggles, my notifications, and I can access Word. And like I said, you can have keyboard and mouse wired or wirelessly connected to the tablet that you can buy separately and just have a full-scale Windows-like environment. So tons of productivity available. If you tap here, you can access all your applications, as you can see. And when you're done with this interface, let's say you're doing some work, you're done, you tap on exit, and now you're outside in the Android interface doing whatever you want on the Android world. So when it comes to multitasking, productivity, all these tools, including the S Pen, is simply amazing. So like we said, this tablet is great for multimedia consumption, watching movies, both because of that gorgeous display and also amazing speakers. Now, can it be a replacement for a laptop? Personally, I don't think so. The price on this thing is simply too high to be a replacement for a laptop when you can get a laptop, a high-powered laptop that's more versatile and comes with a keyboard for less than the price of this guy. If a tablet is your only device, if you need an S Pen to sketch, write, draw, then maybe you can buy this. If you're going to be using this as your only computing device, you can certainly use it. But please do not buy this to replace your laptop. You have to buy this for $1,200 and then you have to buy a keyboard for another few $100s. In fact, the keyboard case with this thing is $350. So it is an expensive product, but the benefit is that super large, crystal clear display, the built-in S Pen that comes with the display, and all those crazy multitasking and multimedia capabilities. Let's say you have a phone and then you need a computing device, you can grab this tablet, but it should be your only computing device for the price. But as a tablet, there really is nothing to say bad about this guy. It does everything that you would expect it to do with the highest specs and great battery life. Any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them down below. Let me know. For now, guys, have a fantastic day.